Hey everybody, this is Bryant with SFOT Source, your premier unofficial guide to Six Flags Over Texas. Make sure you check out our main website, sfotsource.com. That link is in the description. That'll tell you everything you want to know about Six Flags Over Texas. And I mean pretty much everything. So we're making our one last visit to Fright Fest here at Six Flags Over Texas. It has been a great year of Halloween theme park visits for us. And I encourage you guys to check out those videos that we've posted from Fiesta Texas, Magic Mountain, Knott's. You can see those. Those are the most recent updates. So in this video, we're just going to kind of walk around the park. I'm going to give you guys kind of the sights and sounds. We'll see some shows, hopefully, and walk through some scare zones. And there won't be much talking. So we'll kind of see how this video goes. If you guys want to hear about everything I'm walking through, there is 2 very long videos that you can check out on this channel that'll explain everything. So make sure you guys stick around to the end of the video. I'll kind of talk about what we're going to be up to next and where we're going next and kind of what the future holds for the channel. Enjoy! Hi.
Like the view?
Yeah, it's great. Nice and foggy.
Yeah.
Don't mess with that at all.
Good makeup, wasn't it? That was good makeup. I like it. Who knew?
Alright folks, that's going to do it for this visit to Six Flags Over Texas. If you guys enjoyed the non-talking video, let me know. I'll try to make some more of those. I just thought it might be something different we could try. I really try to be as positive and constructive as possible in these videos, and I think for the most part I do a pretty solid job at that, of just explaining maybe if I had an issue, but hey, let's look at the bright side of this. The park was very, what's the word I'm looking for? It was just very disappointing, just from a Fright Fest standpoint. And I always try to gauge the park in the sense that just think about, I try to look at the park like this. Let's say I have one chance to go to this park this year. I spent money on a ticket to get in, and I expect everything that was advertised to kind of be in play as far as just Fright Fest and rides, etc., etc. Well, there were a lot of really big holes tonight. Arania's Nightmare didn't happen. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say, you know, that's the park's fault. Anything could happen. You could have cast getting hurt. You could have technical difficulties that keep you from getting that show open. So while it's disappointing, it happens. You know, that's not a big deal. The Awakening happened and Dead Man's Party happened, but there were also multiple scare zones that had no characters in them. So that's kind of like, you know, especially when you've already taken away a scare zone from last year. So on top of having one less scare zone this year, you now have multiple scare zones that don't even have people in them, that are just sitting there empty. That kind of stinks. There were a lot of the park's main rides that were closed consistently throughout the night. So when, you know, you sit here and say, hey, this show's not happening today, let's go ride some rides. Oh, the 3 or 4 rides that I want to ride, they're not open. Let me kind of touch on the positives here, because, you know, I think it's always important to point out the positives. The food service that I received today was great. I went to JB's for dinner, and they're actually using a numbering system now, so they call your number when your food's ready versus trying to call a name that they typically get wrong. So that was very efficient. The food was also decent, you know. And then when I got my snack at Miss Abby's, very positive experience there as well. Very friendly, very quick and efficient. The performers in Dead Man's Party, they were very energetic and they acted like they wanted to be there. The show was full of energy. So definitely appreciate having a show full of energy, especially when we're practically down to 2 live Fright Fest shows now, as the years kind of go on. Now, the Goblin Attack Squad, I saw them out in the park, and man, they were working hard. They were really going after people, and it was really fun. However, their advertised show that they do, which I never actually got to see this year, it didn't happen. So I guess that's kind of another one of those things that falls under the trying to not be so negative thing. And, you know, that could have been anything too. There could have been a lot of them missing, that, you know, there could have been, something could have happened, who knows. But it's just one of those things, it didn't happen. I was hoping to get some footage of that, but not this year, unfortunately. One really positive thing that happened was my ride on Judge Roy's Scream. It was probably one of the best rides I've ever had on that. It was very smooth and very exciting, and it was just, I really enjoyed it. And I don't have a lot of good rides on that ride because I don't fit very well. It's not very tall person friendly. Just to kind of touch on what we have coming up, we're going to be going out to Silver Dollar City really soon for their Christmas event. Now, keep in mind, I went to Silver Dollar City earlier this spring, so feel free to check that video out so you can kind of get a vibe of that park, because it's going to be completely transformed. I plan on making some info vlogs for Holiday in the Park for Over Texas and Fiesta Texas, just kind of a informational video explaining everything that's happening. Once the parks solidify kind of what they're going to be doing for Holiday in the Park, I'll dive into that and give you guys kind of a preview of what's happening there. As always, if there's some type of video you would like to see from either Fiesta Texas or Over Texas, please let me know in the comments, and I'll try to make that happen. I would love to know what your guys' Fright Fest experiences have been like. just because mine has been so mixed at Six Flags Over Texas this year. So I'm very curious to see how other people's experiences went. And, you know, my Fright Fest experience at Magic Mountain was amazing. The Fright Fest experience at Fiesta Texas was amazing. So I don't know. Maybe I just hit the park on off days. But like I said, there were definitely bright spots, but those dark spots definitely really stood out too. So we appreciate you guys for watching. As always, make sure to follow us on social media. That's how you can stay up to date with everything happening at the parks and with us. And also make sure to check out our main website and subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys.